Good morning, I'm Putri and this is my partner Shinta. I'm talking to Miss Zhea, right?
Good morning, Miss Putri and Miss Shinta. Yes, that's me.
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhea. How are you doing today?
Likewise, Mrs. I'm doing fine. Thank you for helping me and thank you for asking. It's a pleasure to meet both of you.
How was your Eid, Miss Zhea?
It was nice. I had such a wonderful time with my family. We celebrated it in my grandma's house and we also went for a trip to Lembang for a couple days. How about you two? How did you guys spend the Eid?
Me either. I celebrated it this year with my family in my hometown.
Okay, so we have a good Eid, Fitri. So we will be asking you some questions to find out more about your potential for the role. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sure.
So to get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shafira Aqilla Sunardi. I am a passionate learner and always keep educating myself. During my studies at the University of Pembangunan in Jakarta, where I also got the formed degree with a GPA of 3.76. Besides that, I am exceedingly organized, individual, and dedicated to my work. Other qualities that I possess are important to the position, and that's include exceptional communication and active listening skills, a highly professional attitude, a great work ethic, and important time management in abilities.
Great. It's good to hear that you are really interested in the job. Can you tell us a little bit more about what attracts you to working for a clinical pharmacist, and what do you think you can bring to the role?
Yeah, of course, sure. So the reasons of why I'm applying for this job is because how deputy I was to pharmaceutical subjects, but back when I was still studying at the college. I love learning about well-being related stuff and finding out about the drugs that would offer assistance with a few diseases. I moreover like to learn about science, chemistry, and pharmacology. I'm also aware of the truth that the clinical pharmacist is prepared to work straightforwardly with patients within the well-being care framework. For occasion, in clinics or hospital, I'm inquisitive about applying as a clinical pharmacist since I think that I'm sufficiently qualified enough to be a clinical pharmacist, and I know that I can be mindful sufficient to choose suitable drugs and monitor the advance of patients, potentially analyze untreated sicknesses, to communicate with persistent of the impact of the drugs, and to guarantee patients to take a prescribed Medicaid requirements.
That's great. So can you tell us about your strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, so I have a really excellent communication skills in Bahasa Indonesia and English. I think that will help me to communicate with patients from a variety of backgrounds. I am also proud of my career achievements, but never exaggerate my abilities or distort the truth first. I have a lot of experience with preparing IV solution and operating automated system used in hospital pharmacies. And for my weaknesses, I tend to get so wrapped up in details of my work that I need to really push myself to focus on the bigger picture. And sometimes I let tough criticism get to me. I work hard to provide high quality work, and when people criticize my efforts, it bothers me, but it also motivates me to do even better the next time around.
Okay, good. Good communication and other interpersonal skills are essential for this role. So, can you talk me through an example of a time you feel you have interacted and communicated well with others?
Yeah. So I was working with a coworker who on at least 3 occasions failed to meet deadlines that negatively impact our team's ability to complete a project on time. So after meeting with this coworker, we determined the cause of their inability to complete projects on time and determined a solution that improved the coworker's workflow and benefited the team as a whole.
Okay, this role will also require good problem-solving skills. So can you please outline any issues you've had to deal with in the past and how you tackle it?
I tend to get really nervous when I meet new people, and there's this thing like there's my insider would just like randomly kick in, and that would like distract me and cause me to stutter when I try to talk to them. But I had this under control. Like I overcame this issue by advising myself that it's entirely normal and acceptable to be nervous around new people. I just have to loosen up and tell myself that I got this, and it always works.
That's great. I want to hear more about your management skills. Could you talk me through a real situation where you have shown the ability to prioritize and meet deadlines?
I've always planned out what I needed to do in the coming weeks. Like, basically, on the schedule, I prioritized my academics, the tasks that I had to complete because those were my responsibilities as a student. And I was a student person. I assigned either research and the organization tasks, whichever was closer or required more time. Also, because I was taking online classes at the time, I was able to complete the tasks whenever I had free time.
Okay, well, I have everything I need, but do you have any question for us?
No, I think that's enough for me to understand it all.
Okay, thank you, Miss Zhea, for your time. We hope to make a decision by the end of the day tomorrow and get back to candidates the following day, so you will hear from us soon. Goodbye and have a good time, Miss Zhea.
Thank you so much for having me in this interview today. I really appreciate this. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm looking forward to hearing from both of you.
Good morning, Sunardi. I'm Putri and this is my partner Shinta. Thanks for coming to see us for your interview today.
Good morning, Mrs. Putri and Mrs. Shinta. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for meeting for me.
Good to see you, Mr. Darius. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's such a nice weather out there, if you can see.
It's a perfect weather for weekend. Okay, so we will asking you some questions to find out more about your potential for the role. Does that sound okay?
Yes, that sounds fine. Thank you.
Great. To get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm sure. My name is Daffa. Many people can call me Daris. I'm describe myself as a person with a versatility skill, a lot of integrity and willingness to work harder to achieve a goal. For example, I was at college, had a commit division, and I was very focused on achieving a goal by doing my best. At expense, of course, my time and energy too. And another quality I possess is very important for the position includes communication. So I have always enjoyed writing and public speaking. Even going back to high school, for example, I can make writing and related passion.
Great. Now, why do you want to work here and what do you think you can bring to the role?
Good question. I think the reason why I want to work here because I'm interested in new things, such as how I can apply what I learn in college and have impact on the wider community, including ensuring that the drug distribution system run well and ensuring the fitness, of course, of drug has a good enough safety, so it can make the patient more healthier. This is accordance with my strengths such as hardworking, thoughtful, open-minded, and also flexibility. And just the opportunity if I accept here, such as maximizing my time to work, maximizing communication with others, so that it can run smoothly, make a good contribution into the company.
Okay, great. So you said before that you will make a good contribution for the company. Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, I understand that there are many things that I can give in this company, especially in the drug company. I recognize that this company is growing rapidly, but the revenue generated is not good. So I can work here. I can ensure the result can make more money with the best quality product too. Apart from that, I can grow even better by working with the good people and also great people and ensuring even better distribution, especially in the management field.
What is your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest achievement, I think I become regular in a field that I was not good at, but in the end, I managed to do it.
It's great. So we are looking for people who can demonstrate flexibility, so they can work both individually and as part of the team and respond positively to change. Tell me something about your experience to convince me you could be flexible in this way.
First of all, I'm adaptable. I'm easily mingle with any atmosphere. For example, when I was in an organization environment during college, there were people who had the high work ethic, and also there were people who were lazy too. Then the thing I do is understand the situation and act according to the environment in different way.
What's the most stressful situation you faced at work so far? How did you handle it?
I think I have felt when things go out of control because of each person have ego, So I need to be a bridge to take the middle ground into a solution.
Okay, well, I have everything I need.
Okay, thank you, standards, for your time. We hope to make a decision by the end of the day tomorrow and get back to the candidate the following day, so you will hear from us soon. Goodbye and have a nice time. Goodbye and have a good time, Mr. Darius.
Good to see you, Mr. Darius. Have a great time.
Goodbye and thank you to Mr. Shinta and Mrs. Putri. Have a great time too.
Good morning, Miss Zahra. I'm Putri and this is my partner Shinta. Thank you for coming to see us for your interview today.
Good morning, Miss Putri and Miss Shinta. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
How was your Eid, Miss Zahra?
It was great. I celebrated it with my family in my hometown, Central Jakarta, and it was full of joy. How's yours, Miss?
Me and I celebrated Fitri with my family in my home.
So we have a good Eid Fitri. Okay, so we will be asking you some questions to find out more about your potential for the role. Does that sound okay?
Yes, that's great. Thank you.
So to get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm Zahra Fikriya. I'm a pharmacy graduate of Veteran Jakarta. Luckily, I've decided the career routes I wanted to pursue from the start, so I could use my time at university to build relevant experience and ensure I develop all the important skills I would need to progress in addition to gain the right knowledge through my studies. I have participated several times in research with my lecturers. I was a staff of Advocacy in Youth Counseling Information Center in my uni, and currently I'm a chemistry tutor for A1 education. From my experience, I found that I had great work ethic, also good communication and social skills. And when I applied for this role, I could see my background is a good match and I can see myself really fitting in well here.
Great. It's good to hear that you are really interested in the job. Can you tell us a little bit more about what attracts you to working for us and what do you think you can bring to the role?
So during my third year at university, I started to research companies offering opportunities matching my career interest, and this hospital really stood out for me for a number of reasons. I had the opportunity to speak to some members of your recruitment team at the career fair held by my university and was really impressed by what they said about the culture in this hospital. I've respected the work in this hospital has done in the community for a long time, and I was excited to see that this position was open. I respect your values of empathy and excellence, and I'm confident that the experience I've gained and qualities I have could help me fit in here.
Thank you, Ms. Zahra. That's great. So what is your strength and weakness, and can you tell us more about it?
So like I mentioned earlier, I have quite good communication and social skills. From my teaching experience, I can build effective communication with people, not only people my age, but also younger and older. I also have a great work ethic, so I can do tasks organizedly and cause me to have a bit of a perfectionist nature. It can be my strength and also my weakness, because on one hand, I want to do things perfectly so the outcome will be great and with no gaps, but on the other hand, it will make me hard on myself, because if someone criticizes me, I'll become more obsessed to perfect my work. But I appreciate guidance, and I think I can learn to be less harsh on myself.
Okay, great. Good communication and other interpersonal skills are essential for this role. So, can you talk me through any example of a time you feel you have interacted and communicated well with others?
Okay, so I'm also a tutor, so the time when I feel well communicated with others when I'm teaching. And when I'm teaching, what I always prioritize is that the communication goes both ways, so it will be effective and the words I say can be understood.
Okay, this will also require good problem solving skills. So you can please outline an issue you have to deal with in the past and how you tackle it.
Okay, as a tutor, I have to keep the students entertained and have their full attention to the subject. At first days, I didn't know how to handle it. And then the next meetings, I decided to do games in the middle of study, like using game sites to do quiz or flashcards, and make a song to help them memorize the subject, but not in a boring way, so they won't get bored and lost their attention. So far, they like the way I teach and they enjoy it.
That's great. I want to hear more about your management skills. Could you talk me through a real situation where you have shown the ability to prioritize and meet deadlines?
I was a student and also a research assistant while being an advocacy staff on an organization in university. At some moment, not only once or twice, the deadlines were almost at the same time or close. So I have a habit to make schedules. I've always made a schedule of what I had to do in the upcoming weeks. On that schedule, I prioritized academics, the tasks that I had to do, because those were my obligation as a student. And I was a student first before I was a research assistant or organization staff. Then I put either the research or organizational task after, whichever closer from the deadlines, or there were difficulties and it took a long time. And also because I had online classes back then, it was quite flexible for me to do the tasks whenever I had spare time.
Okay, well, I have everything I need, but do you have any questions for us?
I think I don't have any question. That's enough for me.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Zahra, for your time. We hope to make a decision by the end of the day tomorrow and get back to candidates the following day, so you will hear from us soon. Goodbye and have a good time, Ms. Zahra.
Thank you for having me, Miss Shinta and Miss Putri. Have a great time too. Goodbye.